right, y'all, we're going to get started in just a couple minutes. If you have any requests today, anything you'd like to try to focus on, you can send them in the chat. I'll see what I can do to get them in here. If not, just hang out. We'll get started. If you have a block, you can grab your block. If you don't have a block, just grab a pillow or a couple pillows. And then I think that's all we need today. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. We'll start on our backs today. So just lower yourself down onto your back. Bring your feet together, let your knees fall wide. And then you can bring your hands down by your hips, palms up, palms down. If you'd like, you can take one hand on your chest, one hand on your stomach. Whatever you prefer. Find that position, and then close your eyes or soften them. And start to take your focus on to your breath. So if you're new to deep stretch, we will be holding these poses for a good amount of time, probably a little longer than you would normally when you're stretching just on your own. Typically we'll go for about 3 minutes or so, minimum of 90 seconds, so that we really work into the connective tissue, ligaments, the fascia. But the goal for this is not to force anything. Do your best to relax. Calm your body whenever it feels like it's not comfortable or it's just in a position it's not used to. But if you feel any sharp pains while doing that stretch, definitely come out of it and find a new way to work in, or just release some of that tension, come a little bit out of that stretch. So the benefits of the stretch come regardless, so try not to force anything, don't pull. A lot of mental work in a deep stretch class. So right from the start here, I want you to focus on your breath. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your nose, and just notice how your body is moving, how your body is feeling. Maybe set an intention for your practice today. And an intention can be really anything. There's no right or wrong reason to be here. But if you're looking for something specific out of today's practice, maybe set that in your mind now. Focus on it. Bring yourself back to it as you go through your practice.
Bring me something I can know in my head or in my soul. Something sweet and natural. You bring me something real. I'm an original.
Take a deep breath in, bring your knees towards each other, feet flat to the floor. We're going to move into a hamstring stretch from the floor here. So take your right foot, extend it straight up to the ceiling. And you can either grab behind the leg or below the knee or above the knee. Breathe in to lift the chest and then exhale to drop the shoulders back down. From here you can roll out that top ankle. Couple circles in one direction and in the opposite. And then as you feel comfortable, if you'd like a little bit more, you can take your opposite leg and you can extend it out across the floor. From here, take a deep breath in, try to reach a little bit higher on that foot if you can, and then exhale, lower the shoulders back to the floor. From here, I want you to take your left hand and just rest it right on your left hip bone, trying to keep the hips square to the floor. You're going to take your right leg and let it fall all the way out as far as you can to the side. I want you to roll your toes down towards the floor, so towards your shoulders, keeping those hips square. I'm going to slowly pull that leg back up to center and drop the foot down. We'll switch sides. Left foot comes up this time. Extend that foot straight up in the air. Grab below the knee or above the knee, your choice. And then lower the shoulders down to the floor. Again, if you'd like that extra stretch, extend your opposite foot across the floor. And roll that ankle out if you'd like as well.
I may be young, I may be dumb, I may be rude, but I'm not like you. No, not like you. I make mistakes along the way, you can relate, but I'm not like you. No, not like you. Let's get old, just like sorry. You're missing the days of me forgiving you. I may be young, I may be dumb, I may be rude, but I'm not like you.
Take a deep breath in, try to climb those hands a little bit higher, and again, relax the shoulders back down.
Everything I like, you don't. You butterfly could break my bone. I see your face in every mirror that I'm looking at. I'm losing sight of who I am, you disappear again. In the streets until it's midnight.
This time bring your right hand to your right hip, trying to keep those hips square to the floor. And lower your left foot as far out to the side as you can.
I may be young, I may be dumb, I may be rude, but I'm nothing like you. No, I'm nothing like you. I make mistakes along the way, you can relate, but I'm nothing like you. No, I'm nothing like you. I may be young, I may be dumb, I may be rude, but I'm nothing like you. No, I'm nothing like you. I make mistakes along the way, you can relate, but I'm nothing like you. No, I'm nothing like you.
Slowly pull that leg back into the center and release the knees down. Pull the knees into the chest, give them a big hug in, and just rock up to a seated position. From here, we're going to move into a twist. So you're going to take your feet about mat width apart. And then from here, you're going to let your knees fall to the front. So just let your knees fall wherever they land, that's where they should stay. And then you're going to walk your hands around behind you. If you need a block or some extra support, this is a great place to use it. But you're going to try to lower your chest straight down to the floor. Then you're going to extend your arms wide. And take your head, turn it towards your feet. Again, if you can't get your chest down to the floor, grab a block or grab a pillow, just place it underneath your chest. And rest down wherever you can.
Honey, I saw you see it came to me. You put his face up to my face so I could see. And I saw love disfigure me. It's something I'm not recognizing. See the cager call. I said, come on in. I will not open myself up this way. I lay my face to the soil. Know my teeth to the sand. I will not lay down this days now on me. You will not see me fall. You'll see me struggle to stand. To be acknowledged by some touch from his heart. You see the key to code. I said, come on in. I will not open myself up this way. You see the moon is bright in that treetop night. I see the shadows that we cast in the cold light. I feel gold. My heart is wide. We race out on the desert.
Take a deep breath in, slowly unwind, coming back to where you came in. And we'll set it up exactly the same way on the opposite side. So feet mat width apart. Drop your knees to the back side this time. And then walk your hands around, lowering your chest to the floor. Feet turn towards your forehead. Face turns towards your feet. And extend your arms wide.
Is a burning thing that it makes the fire burn. All that I know as occasionally just a killer coming call from some awful dream. Oh, you folks, you come to see. You just stand there on the glass looking at me, but my heart is wide, and my bones are steel, and I can kill you with my bare hands if I was free.
Take a deep breath in, lift up, release. And I just want you to cross your feet, roll forward onto your hands and your knees. We're going to set up lizard. So you're going to take your, whatever leg you want to start with, you're going to step outside your front hands. Let's turn this way. So foot is outside the hands. Hips are forward, so squeeze your butt, press your hips in front of your back knee. And then today I want you to roll your front foot out onto the blade of the foot. So that hand's just going to come to the knee. Roll the foot, roll the knee out. You should feel that right on the outside of your hips. Turn your chest towards that knee. Press away from the bottom arm to lengthen the spine. From here, pull that knee back in towards your shoulder. We're gonna add a quad stretch. So you're gonna pull your back foot towards your butt. You can go opposite arm to opposite foot, or same side, your choice. You grab the foot, pull it into the butt, turn the shoulders back to the front of your mat. And do your best to keep your hips forward here. Your hips are going to naturally want to come back because that's going to lessen the stretch. So really press those hips forward. If you have any issues with that back knee, you can put your block under it or a pillow. Anything just to get a little bit extra cushion. Slowly release the foot. Step your front foot back. And we'll switch sides, bringing your opposite foot to the front. Drop the knee down. And again, hips are forward in front of the back knee. And then that hand is going to come to the front knee. Push the foot out, or the knee out till that foot is on the blade. And then turn your chest towards that front foot.
Even on mine and go, I'm missing home somehow. Been a lot of hard days, and been a lot of long nights, and even though I love the road, I'm missing home somehow. You can breathe, get out of bed, keep on the teeth, and I look at the notes, and I'm getting confused, cause this isn't our home. Where have we gone, and how do we get here? Where would I be in life that we not made yet? What does it take to be happy? What does it take to be satisfied? Got a lot of hunger, got a lot of big dreams, even on mine and go, I'm missing home somehow. Been a lot of hard days, and been a lot of long nights, and even though I love the road, I'm missing home somehow. And I'm thinking one, and I'm looking in your eyes. When I saw them a dream, and then I kissed it goodbye. I took to the path with nothing to lose, and I'm feeling alone, but I'm paying my dues. Where have we gone, and how do we get here? Where would I be in life that we not made it? What does it take to be happy? What does it take to be satisfied? Got a lot of hunger, got a lot of big dreams, even on mine and go, I'm missing home somehow. missing home somehow.
Remember, try to do your best not to come out of these stretches. If your body just starts to feel uncomfortable, breathe through it, deep breaths in, relax something, even if it's not where we're stretching. That release of tension just starts to have a domino effect and release through the body.
With a million miles to go, I'll remember that home is where the heart is. Got a little hunger, got a lot of big dreams, and even my mind and go missing home somehow.
You can pull that knee back in towards the shoulder. And we're going to add that quad stretch to the opposite side. Remember, opposite hand or same side, your choice. And then again, keep the hips forward. Do not let them shift back. Press as much as you can into that front hand and front foot.
You told me something when I left, but I don't remember. Maybe 'cause all I could do then was stare at the floor. I held myself 'cause you wouldn't all wrapped in my sweatshirt. Wonder if you even noticed that that one was yours. And maybe I should have, but I never told you I'm sorry. Know that I tried, but my words always got in the way. Could you hold me without any talking? We could try to go back where we started. I don't even have to stay. I don't even have to stay. But if I woke up with you in the morning, I forget all the ways that we're broken. I don't care if you've changed. I don't even have to stay.
Slowly release that foot.
I don't remember.
Step your front foot back. Shake out the legs if you need to. From here, we're going to move into another hip stretch. This one is called frog. So if you're unfamiliar with frog, you're going to start by taking your knees as far apart as you possibly can. So knees go out as wide as possible. You're going to feel that stretch to the inside of your thigh. Take a look back at your feet. Your ankles should be in line with your knees. So ankles straight back behind the knees. And then look at the toes and pull the toes up towards your shins. And then from here, you're going to work your way down onto your forearms. But you want to keep your hips right between your knees. So if you're not on carpet and you're on a mat, I would suggest turning sideways to keep your knees on that mat. If you have the space, you can let your chest come all the way down to the floor.
Don't even have to stay. I don't even have to stay. But if I woke up with you in the morning, I forget all the ways that we're broken. I don't care if you've changed. I don't even have to stay.
just under 90 seconds in here. If you can lift up and reset a little bit further apart. As your muscles relax, you should be able to go a little bit further. And that goes for any stretch. So if you're in a stretch and you sit in it for a minute and you feel your body start to relax a little bit more, feel free to further it. Go a little bit more. That's how you're going to get that change a little bit faster. So really work with your body, listen to it. If it lets go, if it gives you a little more, take it.
Just not complete. If I were to try, would you try with me? Lovely say will. And when we choose to pull all the wool from off our eyes, would you still be the one? This love is not complete. This love does not complete me. This love is not complete. This love does not complete me. This life with me, nothing.
Slowly release. Come out of this as easily as you can. And then from here, just turn to one side. Excuse me, ma'am. And lower yourself down onto your stomach. So we're going to start by taking one arm and weaving it underneath the other. If you're good here, you're welcome to stay. Just extend that opposite arm as far out in front of you as you can. If you'd like a little bit more, you're going to take that same arm and you're going to go across so that both arms cross your body. And then from here, pull your shoulder blades apart towards the floor. And just rest your chin in front of your arm. If you need to go a little further, tuck your toes, shift your body weight forward over your arms, and see if that'll give you a little bit more of a stretch. What? Shh. You're doing something. slowly switch sides. If you're just doing the one arm, then the opposite arm comes out across. One arm weaves under. If you're doing both sides, walk those hands as far apart as you can. Tuck the toes. Shift your weight forward one more time. You can slowly release. We're going to move into a chest/shoulder stretch. So you're going to take your arm closest to me. Take your elbow directly out to the side. Hand is up. So your arm should look like this, 90 degrees. Flat to the floor. And then you're going to roll your opposite shoulder away. Taking the opposite hand around the low back. And then from here, however you move the elbow, whether you go up or down, should change where you feel that stretch. So if you have a spot that you need, where you feel that needs a little more attention, just move it around, find where that stretch is, where that tension is, and then start to slow your breath, calm your body, and relax into it. Slowly release. We'll switch sides. Set it up exactly the same way, opposite side. Elbow out, 90 degrees. Roll yourself back. Mhm. You can slowly release, roll back onto your stomach, and then release your hands down by your side and just completely flip over onto your back. We'll move into Shavasana. So the last few minutes here, we'll just take some quiet time. Find somewhere you can relax. There should be no effort involved here. And then once you've found that position, I want you to start just like or finish just like you started. Close your eyes, focusing on your breath. And continuing to relax that body and the mind the longer we sit here. If you'd like to cover up at all, feel free to do so. Grab a jacket or a blanket or something so you don't get cold. Maybe take a second to check back in with that intent for your class today. Whether that's what you got out of this class or not, doesn't necessarily mean it's a good or a bad thing. Maybe you got something else. Maybe you needed something else more than what you asked for. Just kind of take note, be aware, reassess how your body's feeling compared to where it was when we started. Now do your best to not let your thoughts creep in, not to let whatever you have to do after this take over your brain. So really focus on your breath. Every time a thought comes in, acknowledge it. They're going to happen. Push it to the side. Take your focus back to your breath and how it's moving through your body, how your chest and your stomach's lifting. Notice how everything that touches the floor gets very heavy on your exhale. See if you can let something else go. From here, you can start to make some movements. I'll let you do so however you'd like to do that today. Start with some small movements. Just bring some awareness back to the body. Stretch anything else that you need to stretch. Still do so slowly. No rush. Then as you're ready, just make your way up to a seated position. So that was Deep Stretch. Thank you all so much for coming. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. If not, hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I will see you all next time. Namaste.